Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Paris Saint-Germain obviously set to face AS Monaco away in Monaco, and this has to be the toughest game in the entire league and campaign. I mean, we recently played Lyon. That was a tough opponent. Play Marseille. I mean, they were at least expected to be a bit tough, especially at their home ground, but they were not tough at all. We played Lille. It wasn't that tough. Brest wasn't that tough. So Monaco is going to be something different. And obviously, our last three games away at Monaco in the league have not gone well. Two defeats and one draw. One was a 3-0 defeat. Last season, I think it was a 0-0 draw. Donna having a masterclass, saving us in that game. Like, we should have lost that game as well. And then I think we lost 3-1. And that was a disgusting performance ahead of Bayern. So we do not have a good track record away to Monaco. But that definitely has to change this time. I think out of all the times we've gone to that away Monaco game, it's always been put in a difficult difficult situation ahead of Bayern. The 3-0 defeat, I think that was the game straight after we got knocked out by Madrid in the UCL. So coming in with very bad vibes. And the 0-0, I think we just didn't care that much about that game because, we had, I think, an upcoming UCL game. But this time, there's no excuses. There's no asterisks. It's towards the end of the season. We have this game. Obviously, we have Arsenal in the Coupe de France. I think, yeah, this weekend. So we should be totally focused on this game. We shouldn't try to rest. We should play our first and best starting lineup because this is a game where we can test ourselves. We have been, a bit up and down this season, especially when it comes to the bigger games. We have not been that good. But Monaco, that is a good side. I mean, they're performing well in Europe. And we saw what we did versus Brest and what we did versus Lille, so we should just continue that. When it comes to the lineup, I mean, it should be simple. Donnarumma in goal, Ashraf Hakimi, Nuno Mendes. No, actually, Nuno Mendes, I read the report. He's going to miss this game. He got a small knock versus Lyon. Saw it live with my eyes. So, should be like a Beraldo, Pacho, Marquinhos. Marquinhos coming back to the starting lineup. Going into the midfield, should be Vitinha, Neves, Warren. But I could see Fabian Ruiz starting the game because he didn't start last game and only came out for 10 minutes. But he played in a weird position. Obviously, Dembele was subbed out and Fabian played there. And he had like a pre assist. Like he was involved nicely in that third Gonzalo Ramos goal. So maybe Fabian Ruiz starts this game and one of the three midfielders gets dropped. And when it comes to the attack, Dembele obviously has to be there. I'm very happy Dembele is back. What was it, 4 games in a row he didn't start. That felt wrong. But I understood it, the circumstances, the relationship between him and Luis Enrique, but mainly that he was suspended for the Salzburg game, a game that Luis Enrique, cared about a lot, even though Salzburg are absolutely garbage. But we got the job done. Dembouz is back, scored a great goal. I think he had like a decent to good performance versus Lyon. I expected a bit better, but not starting in a while. It takes a little bit of time to get back to your absolute best. But Dembele has to start, obviously. Bradley Barcola didn't start versus Lyon. So I really want to see Bradley Barcola. And I think Desiree Doué, I mean, he has to start. He deserves to start. For me, he was the man of the match versus Lyon. And obviously came on and changed the game versus Salzburg at UCL as well. So if there's any time Desiree Doué has to start, it's definitely this game. I know it's a big game versus Monaco. But it's not like Gonzalo Ramos has been amazing or Kangi Lee or something. For me, should be Desiree Doué, Dembouz, Barcola. You play Desiree Doué as the false nine, and he can interchange with Dembele, he can interchange with Barcola. All of them can interchange. So we have this beautiful fluid attack. And I don't really know why Gonzalo didn't start versus Lyon, but maybe Lucho doesn't rate him that much after all, which makes me a bit happy because I don't know why we would rate Gonzalo Ramos that highly. Like he's a good player, but come on. But Doué, I said he deserves to start. I really want to see what he can do in this game. This will obviously also give us answers what we really need to look for in the January transfer window. But yeah, going into this game, I think Paris Saint-Germain should play their game, should try to dominate, score a lot of goals. Monaco, they should be at least half open. Last time we played them, they were pretty decently open. We'll see what happens this game. But I'm going with a 3-1 victory, similar to Lyon and Lille and Brest. I think that's the perfect scoreline. We're not defensively good enough to keep a clean sheet against these top sides, but we're definitely good enough to score goals. And it could be a similar game, maybe 2-1 and we score one at the end, or maybe similar to Lille, we're 3-0 up and then the goal comes towards the end. Same thing happened against Stade de Rennes, if I'm correct. So yeah, those are my cheeky thoughts about the Monaco game. I will have a live watch along after the game though. So I will come back to Sweden 11 Central European time around that time, which means I will have missed the entire Monaco game. But I will not check the scoreline. I don't want to know anything about the game. As soon as I come home, I will start a stream where I will just watch the game later than everything. But I will be live. So if anyone is interested in watching me watching an old game that you guys have already watched, feel free to join. But yeah, that's been it from board PS Gent. Very happy to be in this trip in Paris, but couldn't be happier coming home. As they say, away is good, but home is best. That's been it from board PS Gent, and as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.